Adventure Maidens podcast. How y'all doing tonight? I don't know. I can't see you.
You fucked up the introduction before any of us could.
No, okay. I'll jump right in. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 17 of the Venture Maidens podcast. I am your dungeon master, Celeste Konowich.
And I am your elven warlock, Brittany Quintero.
And I'm your human monk, Sonia Noor, played by Nassim.
And I play Cara Brynhilda, also known as Sage.
I had no idea what name to say for a second.
Yeah, who are we? Are we the monk? Are we
Who
the
am I?
warlock? Are we Brittany? I don't know. Oh!
Are we Brittany? That's the most existential way to...
We're.
Are we Brittany?
Are we Brittany? Or is
We are Brittany.
No, Brittany was the collective.
Episode 17 brought to you by We Are Brittany.
I'm done with my beer already.
His name was Robert Paulson.
His name. Okay, before we start, I had a thing. I wanted to say congratulations to James Intricasso, one of our producers. His adventure, A Dish Best Served Cold, made the #1 spot in the highest rated Adventurers League adventures, ranked by the DM's Guild customers. So
really?
That's like amazing. And I was thinking about that today. I was like, a name that is all Dungeons and Dragons and then with a Star Trek name. I was like, James, you can't be any cooler. Just wanted to shout out. Congratulations.
Fuck yeah, dude. Congrats.
Heck yeah.
You're awesome. I've been like tweeting about how awesome James is for the last 2 days because I read his blog and I'm just in awe of everything. But yeah, from our network, Don't Split the Podcast Network, by the way, which you should totally check out. Okay, with that being done, that was my note for business, and I guess let's just jump in. What happened last time on Venture Maidens, Sweet 16 edition?
So much happened, but the best part of all was that I got my fucking pseudo dragon.
That's at the end, Brittany. Let's start at the beginning.
Well, that was my highlight.
Well, that's all I remember, so whatever.
So whatever. That was special for me.
We get to meet a lot of cool people and creepy people.
Yeah, we were finally after our meeting with Rem had just concluded, and we are free to go hang out for the evening until our adventure in the morning. So, so we were led to our rooms, and then
I took a nap.
Very exciting.
Cara went to go get drunk.
Very predictable.
Yeah. And Arnie came with me, and there at the tavern we met a very tall lady named Lex who had a buzzed head and a gigantic axe, and I automatically liked her for it.
You would remember her first.
I would, and the weird, and the Tabashi person named Pipilex who was really talkative, and I wasn't so into that.
Yeah.
Tabaxis?
Well, I don't know if it's Tabaxi or Tabashi.
Oh, because of the X. Depends on where they come from, I guess.
Sage, you keep saying Tabashi, and I'll keep saying Tabaxi, and then hopefully we'll make people happy.
You could be like Tabaxi.
Tabachi. That sounds like
Your Tamagotchi. You have to feed it every hour or it dies.
And these little poops on your screen that kind of look like Hershey's Kisses.
Whoever invented the game that made children want to clean up poop was just brilliant.
They were cute.
Yeah, so you met the cat person, Pipilex. And who else did you meet? What was the name of the bar?
The boy?
The third sister. Oh, no, the middle sister.
The third. What? The boy? What?
What? I thought we were talking about Vlad. Oh, D.
Oh yeah, Vlad is so weird.
Vlad and D.
Vlad is my new best friend.
Obviously.
He brings me my hot lemon water and talks about ghosts from his traumatic past.
And he's the master of the house. And yeah, he's super weird. Don't know what's going on with that. No one knows what's going on with that.
And then when we were hanging out at the bar, Valerius came and brought us some real bright and shiny presents. And I got a bag of holding and a rope of climbing.
Tight.
Sweet.
Literally.
I got some mithril heavy armor and a potion of greater healing because, always getting myself into trouble and I gotta be prepared.
Yes.
I got a bag of holding and a wand of secrets. Or wand of secret or whatever.
What does that do again?
It senses traps and shit.
Yeah,
it's a
and
secret. Don't tell.
It's a secret.
No one can know.
Down.
Not even you.
Hold on, stand by.
That's okay. We don't need to look it up. You'll have.
Yeah, I'll use it eventually. And then I also got 2 regular ass health potions that were 50 gold pieces each.
I have like an armory now of weapons.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
And random ass shit. You've got like a pantry in your bag of holding.
She's working on her spice collection.
I
It's gonna be real dope.
I need to keep protein ready for all my workouts.
Yeah, absolutely. Making shakes. You should have bought a Vitamix.
True.
Yeah.
All right, so you got your pet.
I made peace with Valerius.
Hmm?
I made a point too. I felt compelled to, not be neutral, be more than neutral. I wanted to be like, hey, chill. We're chill, right?
Yeah, we're cool. Yeah, and he was like, yeah, we're cool.
All awkward. Yeah.
You don't think he's used to people being nice to him?
Well, he does, I noticed, the potpourri and his cuteness with Dee, and I'm like, you know what? He's just marching to his own little drum. He just does what he does. That's Valerius.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
And so you got your presents, and then you decided that you all wanted to turn in because you had a couple conversations that needed to be had. And also, your warlock had a thing to do.
Yep.
Thing.
I drew him, but it's still in the works. I need to re-sketch it a bit. But it's a thing. It's a wonky pseudo-dragon named Alistar Fitzpatrick. And Fritz is a strange way. It's usually Fitzpatrick's, but Fritz works better here.
Well, you got to keep it high fantasy. So add an R in whenever possible. To all names.
Probably multiple
Rule number
Rs.
1.
Rule number 1, put an R in there.
I think mine has 2 R's in it.
Well, good. Alliteration is the second rule.
I don't know, Dad.
That's how you name all taverns.
Yeah.
DM tip number 1.
So yeah, Alistar Fitzpatrick, the wonky pseudo-dragon with weird stripes and weird butterfly wings, and he shoots blue dust out of his nose.
I thought you were gonna say butt, but then
that would be cute too. He probably does.
We don't know yet. We haven't spent a lot of time yet.
No, his farts are just glitter.
Okay, that's happening. I'm sorry that
it's canon. It's real.
Canon now.
Yeah, that's
real.
Yep.
It's written in.
Can he fart glitter when he every time he takes flight from my shoulder? Because he's gonna be hanging out on my shoulder. So I always have a dust cropping of glitter on my shoulder.
Oh my god.
God, you're just so shiny.
I love glitter. The Labyrinth was my all-time favorite movie as a child, so I love glitter.
Yeah. If you love David Bowie, you love glitter. It's just
basically, yeah.
Written in stars, stardust, glitter. It's the same.
So yeah, that happened, and then we decided, we gotta have our conversation before we do anything else.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where we ended, getting the pseudo-dragon.
Mm-hmm. He had appeared in this great show as Arnadel cast her ritual upon the ground, and so now in this room, you're in one of the little cell-like rooms that you each had been given as part of your... Yes, in your room specifically. So it's a little bit crowded in here now with the 3 of you in there, and then you had drawn your big chalk symbols, arcane symbols on the floor, and then set up your candles and all of this. And now this creature is in the room with you all. So it's a little bit cramped, but that happened. And if you remember now, when you had summoned him, all these kind of crystalline shards had appeared and moved throughout the room. So now they're all beginning to melt away, and these weird kind of purple wisps disappearing into the ephemera. and the 3 of you are left there. The 4 of you. Yeah, and he's just sitting on your shoulders now, doing the needy cat thing, kind of watching all of you.
Ma! I want his cute little tail to like curl around my neck.
That's
like
probably where it lives. It's like a little coil.
Yeah, little dragon, baby dragon.
He's getting very used to you real quick.
Sweet. I'm gonna think of it more bird-like than cat-like. Bird, like if a bird and a dog could mix.
Make some sweet love. Yeah.
Bird dog.
That's Alistair.
Alistar, the bird dog pseudo dragon.
This drawing is just getting harder the more we explain.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right. So I'm going to turn it over to you guys because you guys talked about all needing to have a conversation.
So now that that's over with.
Can I bet it?
Yeah, sure. I think, I pick him up off my shoulder.
So as you do that, his weight is pretty heavy, and he just like curls into this little ball, and his 4 legs are just sticking up in the air, and he's kind of like waving his head back and forth gleefully.
You're gonna make me cry, like for real. I'm so I hand him like you hold the chest and the butt. You just like set him over, and so
you gotta support the bottom.
Yeah. So he just, as you set him down, he just sits up on his 2 hind legs and kind of kicking his 2 little feet forward.
Pony
and extends his neck out towards you.
Ooh, I scratch
for pets.
I scratch him under the chin, just like this.
Oh God. So as we're all like petting Alistar, I guess, like when you're sharing a pet, you just kind of pass it around and it gets all the pets in love. So who wants to go first?
And Kara is making a point of not petting this creature.
Mm-hmm.
That's not into it. I don't acknowledge it. I notice it, but I just let it be.
It's like that friend who doesn't want to hold your baby, like at a party, and you're like, "What's wrong with you?" And then you're like, "No, I just don't want to do. Like, I just don't like."
They're just not my. It's not
they
my
just
thing.
look so comfortable with you.
I'm kind of that friend. I'm that friend at a party.
I'm totally that friend.
Yeah, I don't
100%.
need to be holding other people's fucking babies.
Like what if it stinks on you? Like, you don't want that.
They just look like little lizard creatures. Like, I'd probably be more at home holding a tiny pseudo dragon than a fucking baby. Anyway,
roleplay.
Role playing.
Not real role playing.
I'll be like, well, I mean, I guess you guys, like, we all had visions, right? I mean, I had one, but I assumed maybe you guys did too.
What did you see?
I guess I'll go first. I saw my old headmaster, and it's kind of foggy now, but like, I don't know. It got kind of whack. I saw my headmaster, and he said, I think he told me not to go. There was a door that appeared, and he told me not to go through it, but it really called to me. Like, I had no choice. Like, I went through that door. I don't know how to explain it. You just have to believe me that I had no choice. And when I went, and at this point, Arnadel's kind of debating, like, man, this is going to sound fucking nuts. Like, I don't want to lose the respect of my companions as I explain these, like, voices that I've been hearing and this, like, hissing that happens when in the back of my mind in quiet moments. And sometimes it even feels like it guides my actions and absolutely gives me the power that I've managed to get. So I'm kind of thinking about this, and I just blurt it out. I just blurt all of that out. The vision of the snakes, the Yonti, and kind of understanding that there's this ancient, intense, massive deity that I had come into contact with. And there it is.
Well, that sounds odd.
And as I'm saying that, I'm kind of like clutching the necklace that you always see me wearing. Just kind of like absentmindedly and anxiously just fiddling with it.
Well, I was back in the home in the mountain where I grew up of my clan, And except it wasn't like it normally was. Everything was smashed and broken, and everything had been raided and left over a long fucking time. And then I saw Gil, who was my best friend when I was, a kid before I left. And there was this voice who kept saying this really weird thing to me. And I saw all the other dwarves of my clan wrapped up, and it looked like spider silk, which gives me the ookies, because, like drow people and the spiders, and I don't know if that's it, but bad memories. Anyway, then I fought with someone who looked like my father and fought like my father, but I don't really know if it was him. And then it stopped. And then I woke up. And then I got this piece of shit.
Pointing at your palm. Do that for the listening audience.
Well, I also saw something. I was transported to my old monastery, and I was visited by my old mentor, Tamra, and she, within the vision, showed me another vision of, and she's like trying really hard to fight back, like choking and emotion, and trying to be as like, oh, this was not a big deal at all, like it's just any other vision,
Oh yeah, Kara's totally a little misty-eyed as well.
Yeah. She saw a vision of, she showed me a vision of my mother in combat with someone that I believe was the person we saw in the desert. And just before the vision faded away, she told me that my father was still alive, and I heard a voice telling me that he has him, and I couldn't ask her. I was just pulled out. But yeah, so good stuff.
Good stuff, you say.
Is that Saya, is there anything that's related to when we were out in the salt flats and what you saw?
As far as I know, that was the same mask. There's no way of knowing if it was the same person. It just, I recognized that mask, and he came towards me, right? There's got to be some connection.
Yeah.
Cara, you definitely saw that, Arnadell.
I didn't see it, Saya. I just remember you were feeling really, really strongly afterwards, and I noticed that, but I wish I would have seen that asshole. God.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's brushing it off like it's no big deal. She's like, oh yeah, I mean, maybe it could have been him, but who knows? Maybe he just saw that I was fighting and wanted to stop me. Maybe it wasn't him.
Well,
so what now?
I guess we should all go to bed. I have a feeling we're gonna have a lot to do tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I guess we'll stop holding hands in Fairyland over here, and I'm gonna go have a nightcap and hit the hay.
As you say that, Alistar reaches one of his little raccoonish kind of lizard hands onto your knee and looks deeply into your eyes.
Aww.
Kara.
I feel nothing.
He kind of shakes his head to both. He shakes his head to both sides and then holds up his little hands and kind of backs away from you.
I extend my arm.
And he crawls right back up.
Okay, ladies. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed too. It's been a long while.
Yeah.
Since Saya napped, she's gonna go for a jog and then go to bed.
Okay. Yeah. So you can. Yeah.
As you guys leave, I want to like kind of awkwardly, kind of like hold my arms out, like let's have a hug.
Is this a hug moment?
Oh, she's so excited. She leaps into your arms. She's so happy. This is the first time we've hugged. She can't believe it.
Yeah, I feel like we reached that like
that stage.
Yeah, so I like a solid like good fucking hug. Like yeah, fuck yeah, and then I look at Kara.
Maybe
Kara's like very slowly shuffling her way over there with her tiny little dwarf arms open. Like, get over here, you big old softies.
I lift you off the ground a foot or so.
Three-way hug. Three-way hug, right?
Oh.
Yeah, three-way hug.
Maybe in another 10 episodes you can hold hands.
Oh, Christ,
how many other Dungeons and Dragons games take the time to hug each other? Not enough.
Not enough. Not fucking enough.
Arnadell's like, ew, hands are gross, but hugs are fine.
All right. So y'all hug, and Saya, you have no problem making your way back to the courtyard from earlier and just kind of running your laps there. You think now, if you're tracking time right, it's pretty late into the evening, so there aren't a lot of people walking out and about. You had seen fires coming from that forge kind of smithy area before in the courtyard. That's all shut down. Everybody has gone to bed, presumably. And you make your way back to your room, and you all get some real good shut-eye, unless there's anything else you want to do for the evening.
Pass the fuck out. That's what I want to do. In a comfy bed. You know when you get into like fresh, clean, new sheets, and you just have to wiggle your ass around like super intensely? Yeah. Because
they're really
good.
They're really nice.
We're not in a sleeping bag for like the first time in like a week.
Hell yeah.
Totally. Did we even have sleeping bags? Like, I feel like we just pass on the fucking ground.
Yeah, bedrolls.
I'm like,
not the most comfortable journey you've had over the last couple days, moving through the salt flats.
Oh yeah, and one of our listeners pointed out that it must smell bad. You've been in the desert for a whole day as well, and you're probably right. I don't know when the last time we showered was.
I feel like we probably would have showered before getting into those sheets.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want, Vlad did offer to bring you a bunch of water for you guys to take your little bathtubs.
That's implied, I hope.
So maybe as you all are stepping out, the two of you see that there are tubs that have been set up outside your rooms with nice pitchers. And Saya, you actually have a second pitcher and then a set of 2 teacups sitting outside your room. Little white china teacups, and they have these gold kind of swirly patterns. And it's like set on a tray, and there's a little cut lemon and a little like bag of herbs.
Oh my god, this just makes her evening. She's so delighted. She takes a lovely hot bubble bath and sips her hot water.
Have bubbles been invented yet?
She splashes around to make bubbles. I don't know.
Yeah. And as you all are doing that, you don't hear, but suddenly see Vlad like carrying one of these pitchers. Good evening, ladies. I've come to deliver the hot water to Arnadell. Is she in?
I'm asleep. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I'm probably like unfolding my clothes, or I don't know. Is he knocking on my door? What's going on?
Yeah, it's kind of catching and passing as everybody's leaving and everything, but he's too polite to just step past a few people in the hallway.
I see. I'm like, oh, hi. Yeah, that's me. Hi.
So now you see this very gaunt, sort of haunted-looking man standing outside your door holding this large tub that you could sit in.
Wow, he's really strong.
Madam.
Hi. Hello,
is
sir.
For you.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Can I help you? I like awkwardly kind of try to help him move it like into my room.
It's pretty heavy, so you're like kind of helping, and he puts it down, and you cause it to splash a little bit more, but your intentions are well-meaning. His face doesn't change at all as he does it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Can I get?
Does the madam require anything else before she retires?
No. I thank you very much. That's very wonderful of you. It's nice to meet you, Vlad.
It is a pleasure to serve. I shall see you on the morrow for breakfast.
Cara's like, this guy's a little weird.
Okay, thanks, Vlad. I hope you have a good night.
Good night, Vlad.
You as well. Beware, for the night is dark and full of terrors.
Ugh.
And then he just drifts very silently out of your room and down the hallway.
Great.
Okay.
So you guys can de-stinky and clean up and go to bed.
Right.
Fantastic. I love
Sweet.
it.
And,
Smooth.
yay, and time passes. And then you come to, to the morning and you are awoken by a knock on all of your doors in quick succession.
We rise.
Hello?
And as you rise, Aaron is running back and forth, knocking on all of your doors. Are you ready? Rem is ready to see you. He looks at you, Arnadel, as you open the door and with that face on. And he's like, "Ha! Good morning. I'm sorry for waking you so early. It's just Rem sent me and, you know, we warned you about early morning and he looks like he didn't sleep much."
Oh, good morning. I presume he sees the pseudo dragon on my shoulder.
He kind of flicks his eyes up towards it, and then
I'm kind
looks
of like,
back at you. Look at that pseudo dragon. Aww,
just
little
like that.
doggo.
That Brian can't hear, so that's actually serendipitous, right?
Oh my god,
That's hilarious.
freaking weird. Yeah, so he looks at it and like looks back at you and kind of thinks about it for a moment, and then seems to decide that he's seen you do much weirder things.
I'm kind of, you know, it's like I just got my hair cut or put makeup on or something. I'm like hoping he'll notice, but I'm just like, okay, I'll get dressed right now. Thank you. I'll see you in the meeting room.
Yeah, no, I'll be right here if you need anything, just anything at all. Just.
I'm just like kind of giggling awkwardly. Okay. I'm gonna get dressed.
Great. No, yeah, you should
Yeah.
put on clothes.
Okay. And I close the door.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So you two ladies walk out just in time enough to watch him just tap his forehead against the wall and just like shake his head like he's upset with himself.
I pat him on the back, like,
Yeah.
one day.
Give him a.
One day.
One day. You guys have to. We
okay.
have to get really drunk. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Start of all good relationships.
Mm.
That was sarcastic for
Actually,
listening.
though.
to
No,
me.
but actually.
But actually though.
Where's the lie?
Okay.
I think it
So,
One.
drink it. Oh, that was like a toast, you guys, from across the coast. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Luckily, I staged my backup beer. Yeah.
Hell yeah,
I
backup
did
beer.
not have the
Backup beer.
foresight to do that.
I got a
See.
backup beer in the fridge.
All right, we ready to move along to the conference room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah. We need to do
Great.
that.
Yeah, so you all make your way up there, and you know, you all feel a little bit sleepy. Like, you probably ended up going to sleep around 11:30, because you were staying up chatting and summoning, you know, quasi-dragons. And you make your way upstairs to the similar room feeling a little bit groggy, and you make your way to the similar room, and seated inside are Kristoff and Rem. And they have a large piece of parchment that's displayed and open on the table in front of you. Ah, ladies, how'd you sleep? First night in the keep?
Good.
That's fine.
Good. I could go for some coffee right now.
That will have to wait for a bit. I'm going
Sorry.
to be explaining to you what exactly we need from you. So,
Fantastic.
before I start all of this, I just want to say something I didn't get to say earlier. Thank you so much for coming and welcome, and we are really excited to see, I guess, what you bring to the team. You ready to hear this? Celeste wrote out a monologue.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
as one of those scenes where you're all sitting inside and everybody's staring at each other super seriously, and you've got charts all over the place, and you're about to like go down on the breakdown of how to get inside this vault, right? One of those moments.
Like
It's a montage.
the war table montages at Dragon Age.
You know, you have the cool montage in the background, like of you finding your teammates and doing whatever, and then with this monologue over the top. Okay. I'm going to do my best. All right. So, to the south of us is a city of sorts called Bastard's Breach. It is a chaotic place, and we have maintained only a shaky presence and peace with the citizens. They're forced to deal with them because of our close proximity. That's where we will be going, where the root of all of our problems are. The settlement is ruled by a dragonborn named Sylvar Lafleur, who has taken up both the name and claims the lineage of the Breaches, a longtime hero of the people, basically, but he's been put in charge of this whole thing, and we've had shaky diplomatic relations with him up to this point. Recently, we sent one of our agents into the city, undercover, to go to Bastard's Breach and discover the source of something odd has happened there. Suddenly, this place, which has been seated in the middle, I mean, you saw the wastes all around you as you came in. Somehow, Bastard's Breach manages to flourish and survive as this city in the midst of all of this, and it's because recently Sylvar has seemed to come up with, magically or somehow, a source of water that now people are flocking to the city, traveling there in the dozens, and his power is growing more and more. So, we are traveling there this evening, a diplomatic envoy. The Sisters of Sorrow and Sylvar are meeting to discuss peace terms, free travel agreements. And it is fortunate that you have all come to us as faces that he has never seen. So, we are going into the city. We are providing a cover during our meeting, and you will have the time from when we arrive to when we leave to get into the city and find our missing agent. We stopped hearing from him about a week ago. We haven't received any updates since then. He was traveling into the catacombs that lie under the city and trying to find the source of this water or these claims that somehow Sylvar has produced. We will try to stall as much as we can to buy you enough time, and we really just need you to retrieve him, to find out what kind of information he's gathered in this time. Like we said, no one knew that he was working for us when we sent him in, but considering we haven't heard from him, we need you to find him.
Can you give us a little information on that agent?
Yeah, what can you tell us?
His name is Montgomery Smith. He's been working with us for quite a while, an intelligence expert of sorts, you might say. When you find him, he will let you know, but he is a master of disguises, of using his particular form of magic to weasel his way into secret places. So we think he might have gone underneath to the city, perhaps following a lead into these catacombs, and might have encountered something that got him in over his head.
Human?
Human. He will present to you as a human male, mid-30s, 40s, and if he's doing his job right, we'll seem pretty nondescript.
Okay.
Any questions?
Is there like a code word that we can use to let him know? Or just, I guess, we could show our hands.
I suspect he's probably in a situation, he's not necessarily being held by the enemy. We would probably know if Sylvar or his guards had encountered him yet. We fear perhaps some sort of trap or something he might have encountered down below in those catacombs. Again, we have very limited information. Our best scryers, everyone has been trying to figure out what exactly the source of this new spring, this new oasis is that Sylvar is claiming and using to gather these people to Bastard's Breach.
So we have 24 hours?
At best.
Okay.
Well, if he's stuck in a catacomb somewhere, how much information could he possibly have? He doesn't sound like a very good agent.
I think perhaps you will meet him and assess a little bit more of his personality from then, but we know that he probably gained a great deal of intel. He was reporting back to us on the inner workings of Sylvar's plans, who he keeps close, the council that rules over Bastard's Breach. It is a very precarious political situation in the Breach right now with the rest of the planes.
How long has he been missing?
1 week. We've not heard anything arcane message-wise or any sign back from him.
Okay, once we find him, should we just come back here or notify you somehow?
Once you find him, get out of the city, and then we shall be able to sense you. We will be giving you a wand that, at last possible use, it will teleport you out of there and back to the keep for safety. As a final resort. But you have to understand, teleportation magic, especially here, is very risky. Sylvar has a lot of people at his disposal. He takes in sort of the dredges of society, those who don't seem to fit in with the rest of the current regime, some of which are very powerful mages and allies he has. So if you teleport, there's no guarantee that you'll make it back here in one piece. So that's why we insist as a last-ditch effort. And she produces a leather pouch that she puts on the table, and you see it's carved with all these arcane runes on it, and you all feel like this sense of power as she does this.
Should I do you guys, can I, are you comfortable with that?
I don't want that shit.
I'll manage this.
So yeah, it's the wand, and you can see it shines with an arcane light. And a lot of the sigils on the pouch are actually abjuration. You think probably containing and protecting the magic inside of it. But it's the same size and shape as a wand. That's what you assume this is.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if maybe I have just, I don't know, like it'd be nice to have like some knowledge buffer so that I'm not like completely blind to using that. Ah, fuck, it fell off. Damn it. It's okay, I will roll another. Stand by. Sorry. Oh, sweet. That's going to be la 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 la. Where's Arcana? What's 18 plus 6?
24.
24. Yeah, it's a 20. I
Human
suck at
calculator.
math. 24. I rolled a 24 Arcana.
So you're familiar to how wands work. Wands usually contain a certain amount of spells, and they all have specifications on how many times you can use them, etc. So it indicates this wand probably has a very, very strong teleportation spell. And as she said, it has one use, and you think, as someone who channels, you will be able to use this, especially if they are giving it to you. But with any spell you're casting of a higher level, there's always some risks involved that it could go wrong. And she was being kind of nebulous with you about teleportation magic in this area.
Yeah. Oh, like it has spells to prevent that? Possibly?
So the abjuration case on the front, you would read that as magic so it couldn't be sensed, or non-detection.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is what you're getting.
Yeah. Well, I meant like also, is the city, did I pick up that maybe the city was magical and the city has magical wards to prevent, am I going too far with that?
Yeah, she didn't say anything about that specifically,
okay.
But the implication she gave you was that there are going to be mages watching. So if you do teleport, I mean, you've heard of like divination magic being able to pick up on that sort of thing.
Gotcha. Last question. That essentially, well, I guess that kind of answers my question. The purpose of the Arcana check was to essentially improve our chances of having a safe exit if it need a safer.
An Arcana check cannot do that for you.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Cool. Sweet.
All right.
Anything else?
That's that.
So, what's up with this current regime? I guess. Why do people feel like they don't fit in? Who are these people in the city?
Oh, you're not from the plains, are you?
No.
All right.
I literally live under a rock. I mean, not anymore, but you know,
she throws up her hands and is like, fair enough. All right. I always forget this part. So you are in a place called the Plains. This all around you is the Borderlands. The only city, the only settlement, as far as we're concerned, is Bastard's Breach and then the Elysium Keep. And we've been here for quite some time. There's a reason we've established up here this far away from civilization. So people are not stumbling upon our front door every day. The Bastard's Breach is full of people who are fleeing the dynasty that rules the rest of the plains, the Mandaris dynasty. It is a land ruled by the Eladrin people, and they don't necessarily take kindly to humans, and she kind of raises an eyebrow and shrugs, holding positions of power.
Oh, all right.
So the breach is full of folks who don't necessarily agree with the Tsarina or her policies. Outcasts, criminals, mages who may not align with their way of thinking.
Do you recommend that we go in with a disguise?
No, it's perfect already, since they have seen none of you but many of us, as you are as a disguise. It's the perfect opportunity to cut your teeth, don't you think?
Absolutely. Can we go? Are we ready? Let's go.
Yeah,
We are making final preparations, and in a couple of hours we will be leaving and transporting to the breach.
Okay. I guess I can wait a couple hours.
I would recommend you pack your bags and then meet me at the White Tower, which is the tower on the other side of the keep.
Okay. I'm sure we'll find it.
And don't be late.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Okay. All right, so you make your way out of the room, and Kristoff this whole time has just been looking at this map in front of him. It's this huge, drawn-out, very chaotic city of some kind that he has in front of him, and he's studying everything intricately. All right, so you make your way back to your rooms, pack your bags, get your weapons.
I shove as much food in my face as humanly possible, or as dwarvenly possible, I should say. Because we'll just have hardtack for a while.
Yeah, as you come out, Vlad seems to have parked a little cart outside of your rooms that's laden with, you know, it's got milk and honey and bread and lovely breakfast accoutrement fruit and...
Delicious.
I don't think they've curdled milk yet. I don't know if they have yogurt yet, but in medieval times. Sure, they have yogurt.
They totally did. Yeah, they had cheese.
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 Curds and whey.
Yeah.
Yes. You have that.
Arnadel's lactose intolerant.
Of course
But
she is.
she'll eat the fuck out of that honey.
I don't know if elves... I think elves are just immune to all, like, petty human problems like that.
Arnadel's just one of those awkward elves.
One of those weird elves. Maybe she's got, like, a quarter human in her. Not quite a half elf.
No.
But no. Oh, okay.
She's not human. Oh.
Elves probably don't eat cheese, so they probably haven't evolved to have the proper digestive enzymes for it.
Elves are probably vegan.
Probably.
Nah, she's not vegan at all. I would say elves are more paleo. Elves are paleo.
Oh, yeah.
Elves are on a strict paleo diet.
Elves are fucking paleo, yo.
That's real.
Yeah, that's super real. We made that happen. So yeah, Arnadel's like, there's no ghee.
And Celeste doesn't even know what that is.
It's like fake butter.
Plant-based
butter? I don't know what ghee is. I don't actually eat ghee, but So yeah, that sounds delicious. Eat breakfast. I make little snack packs with strips of cloth so that my diet remains balanced throughout the day.
Careful.
Yeah, nuts and all that.
All right, we back, Nassim?
Yeah.
There's a little cart of food parked outside of our doors that Vlad brought us with delicious treats that we could pack as we please.
Ooh. These
Also,
are
the Elysium Keep is like a full-service hotel, guys.
Nassim, elves are paleo.
Yeah, very important information.
That's fine. So if you need to take notes on that, that's...
Yeah, don't write it down so you don't forget.
Just don't forget.
I thought about whether or not Saya would be like vegan or something like that, but no, she works out too much.
Yeah,
and given the times, she needs that meat.
All that pepper jerky.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so we all pack our bags, and then you make your way over to the White Tower. And Erin was waiting outside for all of you, and we do sort of to that direction. So you go like you were going towards the Middle Sister, and then you hang a left, following the square structure of the Elysium Keep, making your way through again, looking down through the arrow slits on the courtyard. Now you can see a few more people have woken up, and there's actually a combat ring of sorts that's been set up in the middle. So you see people fighting in very plain kind of garb with quarterstaffs, and then switching as they're moving over. Some are training with different weapons, it seems, and you see leading forms out front by this very robust, short woman in the front, kind of leading this. It's almost like when, you walk by a park and you see all the people doing Tai Chi.
Saya wants to join so bad.
But you're so busy right now.
I know. You have to
our first mission.
But you can totally sign up for Tai Chi beginners when you come back.
I don't think she's a beginner.
No, she's not.
She's not a beginner.
Before she goes, she also secretly asks Vlad, so I've been having trouble sleeping and focusing when I meditate. Do you have something to help me get my head in the right space when I do that?
Can you? Okay, he
stares at you. A special tea or herb. I know the monks at my temple used to drink something, but I don't really know what it was. They never offered it to their students.
He stares at you for a moment, and then kind of shifty-eyed looks down the hall, and then reaches into his black robes. I also have trouble sleeping at night.
God, of course.
Here you are. And he hands you a flask of something, and it's labeled Red Dragon Crush in this peeling kind of yellowy text. This is literally out of this world. And we'll put you there too. One sip of this, you'll go right to sleep. Okay. And then they can't bother you. The whispers and the voices.
Oh God.
Okay. Thank you, Vlad. Just for my own dietary restrictions, I just want to be sure there's no alcohol in here, right?
No, of course not, madam. I would never do that to you.
Thank you so much, Vlad. I will miss you, and I will send you happy thoughts on my journey.
The madam is very kind. Good luck.
Thank you. She hugs him, or she tries to hug him.
He doesn't move. He just sort of like looks down at you and then nods his head.
Nice.
Okay, goodbye, Vlad.
Goodbye.
She tucks it away into her bag of holding.
Okay. Yeah, so so you make your way off to this tower led by Aaron, who watches this interaction, by the way, and is like, great. Glad to see you and Vlad are getting along so well.
Oh, yeah, he seems like he needs a friend, and sometimes I do too.
You're very, very sweet for doing that. All right. Kind of creeps me out a bit, but, anyway, yeah, moving along. Are you all ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
So he escorts you down that left hall where you see all the, people outside doing their morning whatevers. And you make your way to a longer hallway, and you see there are a set of steps that lead up to a carved arch door that now, as you're feeling out the architecture of this place, would be leading you into one of the main guard towers. So you remember when you had seen the whole keep, there were the two towers that stood diagonally across from each other. One was white and one was black. You were being led into the white tower. Okay. So you, Arnadel, you actually feel getting close to this place immediately. Each step you take down the hallway, the sense of arcane power is just growing and growing as you're making your way closer to this door. And when Aaron finally opens it, you just get this waft. Almost. It's like when you step off a plane in a foreign place and you just have this like air that's different kind of bathes over you, this kind of gentle arcane force.
Like unpressurized air in general.
But like everything smells different and feels different. And
don't get me started on the details of that because I can talk about that. But yeah. I was a flight
unpressurized air?
I was a flight attendant,
so yeah.
After I graduated college.
I did not know that.
I know, yeah, I was a flight attendant for a whole year. Bad memories. Anyway, before I step into this, I'm kind of just like, this is always amazing. And I totally understand what you're saying, Celeste. So I would like to just kind of like very cautiously, but like measuredly and purposefully like grab Aaron's hand.
Yeah, he holds it and like looks at you like, are you okay?
I want to impress that this is not an awkward moment.
Okay.
This preface. I'm very excited about like going into this magical room. I'm also nervous about the fact that we're about to have our real first mission. It sounds daunting and I'm kind of scared, and I just kind of look at him like square in the eyes. And I said, yeah, I'm okay. I'm looking forward to seeing you when I get back.
Me too.
And then oh, sorry.
No, I think you're gonna do great and just, I don't know, be safe, I guess.
Yeah, I'll try.
Come back in one piece. That'd be good.
Yeah, thanks.
No, I think I owe you a dinner 10.
Oh, yeah. I get try to steal some wine or something. Like they might have some cool stuff, but yeah,
I don't probably give it to us, but stealing can be fun. Yeah, I mean that's kind of my job, I guess. I don't.
I thought I'd give it a try.
Yeah, no, I could teach you. I could teach you how to steal stuff. It's no big. Yeah, no, totally. Like whenever.
But I could maybe I could teach you some spells or something. I definitely have.
I mean, that'd
alchemy.
Like cool.
It is taking all of Kara's might to pretend that she's not listening and like not rolling her eyes like off the planet. Like
I said
I think, we should probably,
Yeah.
Go. What's up?
Okay, all right, see you when I get back.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just go up the stairs. You'll see it.
I'm gone at this point.
Yeah, you wait. Like, okay. So you guys make your way up this spiral set of stairs, and you come to the first level of this tower, which you automatically notice is much bigger on the inside than it should be possible for it to be on the outside. One of the symptoms of the magic of this place. You all kind of take it in stride. So this first level, it's this huge circular room that every inch of space is lined with books. And you see those ladders that go from floor to ceiling. So you're talking like 16-foot ceilings in this room, and books just spinning around. You could get to any of them of every color, size, shape, variety. Some of them have arcane auras around them, and set up in the center of the room are these long workstations that have notes and quills, so anybody could sit in, like, take notes at any time, pull any book they wanted. There are a couple folks working in here who are dressed in the typical accoutrements of like wizards or arcane casters. They don't pay you much heed as you're moving through. And you see the spiral.
It's like that scene in Beauty and the Beast when he gives her the library. It's like, fuck.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it's like Arnell like shitting herself right now.
Basically, I'm walking funny because my butt cheeks are clenched. I'm like waddling. I'm like holding onto the tail of my pseudo of Alistar Fitzpatrick, and just like single tear rolling down my face.
It's beautiful.
You could, Kara. You might have to kind of like lead me, like walk me through.
Yeah, and the spiral staircase that led up to this level seems to extend, and it travels in the middle of the room, so it's this free floating staircase that moves up. So as you're spiraling above, you're looking directly down on top of the work tables and everything around you, so you keep continuing your way up past this beautiful room, kind of having to pull Arnadel a little bit out of here. And the next thing, you all suddenly can feel this huge source of like arcane power coming from this level that you're climbing up to. And so as you reach the top of these stairs, you see this very strange sight that immediately draws your attention. It's like these two stone arches, except they're not complete quite at the top. And in the center of it seems to be this swirling kind of blue vortex. And that's the only way you can describe it. And this huge, like, ooky magic sense is coming from this thing. And then it's on this pedestal of stone, and there are a bunch of people surrounding it at this point. So you recognize Valerius is standing on one side, and he's holding up his staff and channeling blue to maintain this kind of portal shape. You can see actually the arcane threads moving from his staff to this thing. Then on the other side of it, you see this very small fellow with this. There's a lot of like white nose hair and like white puffy hair and erratic clumps is standing there in this bright purple robe, and he's also channeling out towards this thing with these thick spectacles on. And they are maintaining this vortex. And then on the other side of the room, right where the stairs came up, you see Rem, Kristoff, and your old friend Isolde are
fantastic.
Hanging out there.
Super best friend.
Super BFF. Yeah, so you make your way up to the top and kind of overwhelmed by this sight, and you notice.
Would I recognize what's going on?
Make an Arcana check.
As soon as Kara sets eyes on Isolde, she's just like super sulking, like arms crossed, is like leaning like shittily against the wall, and is like scowling.
Isolde is literally doing the exact same thing.
I rolled a
side of the room. She's just like you and like looking at all of you.
I rolled a 16. Arcana.
Okay. Yeah, so this is obviously some kind of teleportation ritual that's going on here. Ritual in the sense, like, you see that this stone has a ton of these curved, grooved lines and different lights around it and candles and everything. So you think this is probably a reoccurring ritual in this place, in these two stone archways. So this might be some kind of portal spell that they activate regularly.
So that's like permanently set up.
Right, so this is a permanent feature, probably, like the tools, the ritual, and then would need other casters to activate it from time to time. So this is an incredible arcane feat to have here. You haven't seen magic this potent or powerful in a very long time.
What a cute little meow.
Kitty.
I heard that.
My new little kitty cat, she's just gonna keep talking.
Aw.
Oh, she's very sweet, but she gets very concerned when the door is closed and she can't get in. She's like, what's happening?
Why do you keep yourself from me?
Why? What are you doing, human?
So what's happening in the ritual?
Right. Yeah, so you make your way up to the top, and Rem is sort of watching the vortex for a moment and then turns to you. So, we're all about to step through that. Everyone ready?
Oh, we're going
Through that. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it will take us right to the breach.
This is my first time teleporting. Can I hold your hand? She like gives like this really like shitty grin. I'm at Rem.
She gives you a shit-eating grin back and is like, whenever you want, and then goes and like grips your hand. She like bends down a little bit. It's like,
Yes.
Whenever
Walks
you
over.
want it.
Wherever you need. Sorry.
just call. God damn
There's
it.
no one to hold Saya's hand.
I'll hold your hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You want
I
black
extend.
guy? Come on. He's busy.
I just like I'm assuming I just see that on your facial expression, and I'm just like, I think hands are gross, but here's my hand.
Kristoff's there. Isolde's there. You want to hold Isolde's hand?
Sure,
No,
anyone.
not really.
Okay, you two hold each other's hands.
She
Kristoff
has-
and Isolde do not hold anybody's hands.
I'm nervous.
All right.
Yeah, I hold on to. I like hold your hand comfortingly, like firmly. You know, like all right, we got this. We're fine. We're fine. I'm assuming Alistar Fitzpatrick is like still coiled around my neck.
Yeah, his eyes grow really, really wide as he's staring at the big shiny in the middle of the room. And he's just like letting out this like...
I like put my hand on his little rump that's near my cheek. Just like comfortingly, like, all right, I'm kind of holding on to him too. It's like a dog, like with its head out of the window. It's not going to jump, but just in case.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, you want to be real.
Okay. Yeah, and you take your steps towards the portal. So you're all standing now directly in front of it, and Rem sort of addresses you all while holding your hand, Kara. So, when we get to the other side, we will be a little bit ways outside the main gates of the breach. We shall approach from there. Very quickly, we will be swept up by the diplomatic envoy Silvar has sent, and it is up to all of you to make yourselves scarce. We believe the quickest and fastest way is to find a passage into the catacombs, probably through an old sewer system or grate, something of that nature, and we will buy you as much time as we can. I cannot impress upon you enough the importance of this, and if you do not return within 24 hours, we will be forced to leave without you.
Okay.
Understood.
Sounds
Clock is
great.
ticking, ladies. Let's see how you do. And welcome again to the Sisters of Sorrow. You're going to have a great time. And with that, she steps forward into the portal, so dragging you, Kara, along beside her.
Before we leap in, I look at Saya and I'm like, I have a plan, and then let's go.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to talk about it, I have to take a break.
A bag.
Okay, talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. So
Tell me.
okay, so now that I was hoping to tell. Well, we'll tell Kara whenever we land. But I have invisibility, and I can get both of you guys invisible with me.
Really?
Yeah, I have enough spell slots to make that. We just leveled up, right?
We're 6, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
So
sure.
you can increase it and make other people invisible?
Yeah, so it says when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, you can target 1 additional creature for each slot level above 2nd. So I actually need to get my PHB out to make sure that I have enough spell slots. I should have, though. I read it and I was like, oh, I can do that. But now I actually don't know how many spell slots I have. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I don't really play a lot of wizards or warlocks or anything. So the whole spell slots and prepared spells for the day, I'm not knowledgeable on.
What's that?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Especially because we're like, if we could be invisible to find, we could just walk in with the envoy.
I mean, honestly, if like they said, we're new to them. They don't know us.
Well, I mean, to get into the city, we still need to, you know what I mean? Like, if we walk in with them, they're gonna want us to be with them the whole time, right? Like, I would imagine.
No, we're going on our own. They're just there as like a backup, as a distraction, I think.
Right. But if we, like, they're gonna want, if we walk up to the gates, like, without a purpose, they're not gonna let us in. Hi, we're here for water. We'll probably have a harder time stepping off on our own.
I'm down to try the invisibility thing for sure. That obviously just makes things easier.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't think we'll have to go in with them. Okay. Because how long does it last?
An hour.
Yeah.
But you can turn it off whenever, right? Or
yeah,
you have to wait it out.
Or until you
you can dismiss
attack. Yeah, you can dismiss it. So I have
because we're gonna have to ask around and figure out where the catacombs are.
I have 2 spell slots at 3rd level. So I would be able to make 1 other person invisible.
Well, I have a disguise kit in my fantastic bag of holding.
That's true, you do.
Yeah.
I don't have like bonuses or proficiencies in it at all, but I have a kit. That's good enough.
All right.
Well, so should I use that on Kara then, and you disguise? Wait, what if we like aid you in your disguise? We could like roll and help you with that, because you can assist with rolling, right?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
So, DM, this is our loose plan. I have invisibility, and I now have enough high enough level spell slots to make someone else invisible, but I can only do 1 other person. So it'd just be me and Kara, because Nassim said that Saya has a disguise kit. But we're wondering to know, like, since she doesn't have any proficiencies in it, what if we help her put the disguise on? You know what I mean? Like,
let's assess the situation.
Yeah.
As you get there. All right, you stepping through the portal?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So Kara, as you step through first, you're the first one to experience this kind of tearing sensation almost. It's like when you reach, right as you're taking off in a plane, that feeling where your stomach is like way above like the rest of you, and you feel yourself like landing very suddenly as this cold wave of power moves over you. Actually, could you make a Constitution save for me? Sure. As this feeling passes over, and both of you will also be making this save as you travel through.
18.
Okay, so your stomach lurches, but you manage to like land on your feet and keep everything in control as this sensation of teleportation moves over you. Ladies.
I got a 16.
Okay.
13.
All right, so Britt, you also managed to keep like your stomach like on par. You're like, it just like feels really gross as you move through, and then Saye, you feel like you just got like socked in the tummy, like as you're going, and like this sudden like change from where you were and where you are now. It's a very unpleasant experience as you all find yourselves standing now back in this incredible heat and you recognize all of that shimmering, waving sensation as you're back in the flats all of a sudden. You're out of the cool, damp air that was filling the tower and into this god-awful heat. As you're standing there now on a large, it almost looks like a beaten road that's eroded over time into the salt flats themselves. So like everything has kind of worn away and there's this wide road in front of you. So you're suddenly surrounded. There are other travelers on the road you see now as these large carts are moving past you, and people of all shapes, sizes, colors, races are moving past you, and some of them turn very suddenly to look at you as you just appear out of thin air. And these bands of people with their carts, horses, just look at you for a moment and then keep their heads down and keep moving in a way that you think, maybe this isn't a terribly unfamiliar thing for folks to see out here. And then your eyes drift up to this huge, looming sight in front of you. Less than a quarter of a mile away, this giant, what can only be described as a cross between like a fortress and a city, looms in front of you with these strange stone edifices ringing this giant city of sorts. So it looks like the stones are kind of like teeth that just stick out of the ground, some of them at jagged and odd angles, forming this big wall around the city. And you see this mix of tall stone structures and huge pieces of canvas that almost remind you of tents. And this, it almost seems like a bazaar that seems to go on for a huge distance as you're looking at this city in front of you. And all around it is just the desolate sights of the wastes and this hissing, shimmering kind of light, making the whole thing almost appear like a mirage as you're looking at this great city. Yes.
Do we recognize or see individuals dressed the same as the people that were hunting the rock in the desert?
Many people are dressed in a similar fashion, in desert-going garb. So you think a lot of those people on the road in particular that have probably been traveling from some distance, and as you look around, there is nothing going on for miles. So these travelers who are coming into the city have probably been crossing the flats for a while, and they are all dressed in that kind of white, meant to shield off the sun, and have these big canvas caravans that they've moved through in these elaborate tent setups. And a lot of the folks out here have camels. You don't see any of the wargs or anything. That's the riders.
They had specific robes.
Mm-hmm. Some of them are wearing the same robes. But those robes themselves weren't marked particularly.
Well, they were magical. I did a detect magic on it.
Mm-hmm. So with your detect magic, none of them look magical. Some folks have some magic gear mixed in, but it's not like an outfit of trained mercenaries or soldiers that you're dealing with like you were before.
Okay, that's the reason I was asking, is because we did have a run-in with folks from this from Bastard's Breach, and so I was like, oh, they might. I mean, maybe they'll recognize us. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the people on the road around you, you're not making any particular connections, but it is kind of unnerving how similarly dressed, and like now you believe, yeah, this is probably definitely where the riders came from.
Yeah, makes sense. Cool. As soon as we land and kind of get our bearings, I turn to Kara and I grab her real quick, because Rem's not there anymore, right?
No, Rem is still there. The three of them are there, and you three are there, and you begin walking towards the city.
I whisper. I kind of like casually speak to Rem without turning my head or anything to be discreet. I'd be like, Rem, are we supposed to go into the city with you guys, or like? You
will reach the gates with us. We will walk a little bit ahead of you. If you do encounter any trouble, we will make sure you pass the guards. I would not anticipate such. As you can see, many travelers are coming in to the breach at this time. Sylvar's promises seem to have reached far and wide. And she's looking around distastefully at all of the people traveling into the city. Like, this is probably an odd occurrence.
Ew. I have one of those desert outfits that I stole from one of the dead writers.
Looted.
And I
fair.
And I want to put it on. So I look like I fit in.
Yeah, totally. So yeah,
I also took one. That's right. I want to put mine on too.
I think we all took one.
Yeah, I think we all did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
if you want to garb up.
Yeah.
Yep.
People don't look at you twice because they're like.
I'm gonna not. I'm
Sure.
not gonna wear mine.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep mine off. I'm just gonna leave. I'm like thinking, what if that is a uniform and they're like, "Hey, you need to get back to the barracks."
Then you say, "Okay."
Yeah.
Whatever you want. All right, so you make your way towards the city. 2 out of 3 of you wearing the garb, and as you come to the front gates, they are also made of these weird stone kind of edifices that look like barely functioning primordial sort of doors that are swung and now ajar onto the city. And as you get closer and closer, the amount of people and the amount of strangeness and sights you've never seen just increases tenfold as you pass under these gates as you're going through. So there are folks like running around in this desert guard, but it's almost impossible to tell who is guards or if there are guards or if they're locals. There are people moving through the streets, cramming around each other into these weird mismatched sort of buildings. You see the faces of every kind of race, more than you've ever seen present here. So you're seeing half-orcs, elves, Eladrin, goblins, like moving through the streets. You hear the cries of peddlers going everywhere. People are making their way through the throngs here. And then you all hear a loud trumpeting sound. And you're looking down this main kind of corridor that seems to make its way maybe towards the center of the city with all of these off-branching roads all around you. And at this point, you're being assaulted by so many smells, so many sounds. It's hard to keep track of what's going on in the city, but this trumpet rings clear over everything else. In the middle, the streets begin to part, and you see this large palanquin making its way down the road, being carried by 4 half-orcs in the middle of it as you see this white curtain thing making its way down the streets. And all the citizens seem to grow quiet as everything is going through, and the palanquin comes to the front gates, and Rem, Kristoff, and Isolde seem to wait in the middle, and you notice that a bunch of people are kind of clearing off to make a pathway to them. And Rem sort of and uses her elbow to like tap one
I'd like to use Awakened Mind to be like, "Hey ladies, let's go over here," and like I'd like to make my way to the nearest like wall, like building corner, so we can anchor ourselves.
Yeah, it's totally easy to see all the people. It's very clear that Rem's presence has triggered something, and like the pathway is moving away, so you guys are very easily able to fade your way into the crowd of people who have grown suddenly silent.
Just crab walk away.
Yeah, like
sneak off.
Yeah.
And then as the palanquin lowers on the ground, the curtains unfling, and a shining silver dragonborn steps down from the palanquin, and his scales just shimmer in the desert sun. And you see he is emblazoned with these huge decorative spikes on his white and gold and silver robes as he moves forward and begins to address Rem. Welcome, Rem of the Sisters. Welcome to my fair city of Bastard's Breach. And Rem gives a very flourishing bow down to him, and both Kristoff and Isolde do the same. You can't help but note the look of contempt on Isolde's face as she does so.
Does she ever look any differently? I don't understand.
You haven't seen so yet. But this feels to you a pretty good moment as all attention is off of you.
Whoop. Awakened Mind. Let's go.
I Da, da, da. So you guys kind of slip your way off into the crowd as this dragonborn, who you assume to be Silvar, perhaps, is speaking to Rem, and they're going over some kind of decree in this very formal set of greetings. You hear, like, in the distance as you are sneaking your way off past the crowds. So now, the further and further you go back in the crowds, the less people are paying attention to what's going on, and you find yourself in this kind of side street that borders one of the walls. So moving off, so now you're seeing towards the walls, there are the smaller edifices, so like the houses where maybe common people are, the smaller shops, it's the more rundown kind of areas, and you're making your way through there.
Investigation check for Wand of Secrets.
Look at you.
For hidden and secret doors. It also shows like traps and hidden passages. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know.
Like, let me in the immediate area, or
yeah.
Like,
well, I think it's like
maybe.
Let's
start with perception checks to kind of get away.
Yeah, that works. Does somebody want to do that while I look this up?
Yeah. Perception check. $18.
Okay. So, Saye, as you've been moving around kind of this wall, the architecture of the city seems pretty random at this point. But so something that stands out to you is at even measures along the outside walls. So you're talking probably every 5 minutes or so of walking. You see one of these grates that comes down at the very bottom of the wall. So it almost looks like a drain system or walls that are set into there and seem to lead downwards. So look to be, if it did rain here, perhaps drain systems that you would see on the walls of a city, or since everything slopes kind of up and builds in the middle. So you do see these series of drainage systems moving along the wall.
Mm-hmm. Is there like an obvious distinction between buildings, like in terms of age? Like some buildings look older than others, and
yes,
like that.
So it's totally a mishmash. Some buildings look as if they've stood through the weathered time of the desert for centuries, and some look as if somebody built that hovel there yesterday. I'm thinking in my mind Guatemala City.
Never been.
Yeah, look up some photos. It's like crazy. You have this like beautiful museum standing next to this like row of hovels that people just moved into, and like this mishmash, and it's overwhelming to all of you just seeing all of this.
I would say if we follow the older buildings, perhaps we would find these catacombs faster.
Sage,
I can't hear you.
There you go.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I said that is a good call.
Yeah.
All right, so make a perception to try and follow the old buildings, or actually, it'd be really good for this, Kara.
What? My dwarven stone cunning?
Oh my god, a time when it was useful!
Yeah! I'm so excited. I love it.
Do it, girl.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it so good. I got a 16. Did I do it?
You totally did it.
Yes.
Yes. So as you're looking around, you see it's pretty clear to you the buildings that are like pockmarked and kind of smoothed over by the passage of sand that has happened through such a long period of being in this hot kind of arid climate. The buildings that have been there longer are very, very clear to you. You almost like a bloodhound are able to like begin winding your way through the streets following. So you're just kind of like on the path watching these buildings as you're going around, seeing these telltale signs of how it's affected the stone. And you all wind your way for quite a while. You're following this path for about 30 minutes. And then you come to this large cube structure that sort of you've totally lost sense of like where you are in the city, but now you see that the streets have kind of thinned out. There aren't as many people here, and there are a lot more of the older buildings surrounding this place. And it's a very squat structure for being so central to the middle of the city, but it looks like it's got bars on the windows, and it sort of looks like one of those abandoned old missions that you might see like plaster and stone and shitty work, but totally abandoned.
Okay.
You think might be like the oldest place in this town that you've seen so far.
You see Kara just like almost like a hunting dog, like stop and like point. And
So
be like,
at the, I'm gonna. Okay, so does it have like? Obviously, it has a door, right?
Yeah, and it's open to this place. So this looks like an old historic building that nobody is really around, or maybe an old kind of guardhouse or something like that. And Kara is beelining her way there as the oldest structure in town.
Okay.
this looks like our best bet, ladies.
You guys want to go in and check it out? This would be a nice opportunity to see if there is a secret passage or a secret door or anything like that.
Oh, totally.
Y'all want to step inside?
Yeah.
Sure.
And once the coast is clear, I want to
Wave the wind.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, as you step inside, so as I said, this place is like, there aren't a lot of people here. It seems like traffic has kind of thinned out, so maybe this is some kind of landmark or historic something. So you step your way inside, and you see this large open room with these barred windows, right? And the sunlight is slanting down onto this kind of stamped ground floor. And you all begin to get a sense of something odd or something strange happened here, right? And as you're...
Are you raising your hand, Brittany?
No, I'm like, detect magic!
Oh, that's what you're doing. There is a magic glow on this place, like a faint kind of blue aura as you're looking at it. It's, ooh, gross. Not specifically on the building, but it's like the air itself has this arcane quality about it.
Like the veil is thin here.
Yeah, and that's really funny you say that. And as you look, there's this bright, shining blue square of light in the middle of this beaten down floor. It almost looks like the edges of a trap door, like, shine into your vision.
So I don't even need the wand, shit.
You don't even need it.
Oh, well.
Do you step towards it?
Yes,
You pointed
really
out to us?
quickly.
Shiny blue thing. Let's go.
Can you all make Constitution saves for me, please?
wait, I didn't say anything.
Oh
But before
no.
we do that,
Oh no.
we got a homie that's watching our show right now that we should say hi to.
Homie! Hey.
Oh.
What's up, homie?
We'll say hi to you in 1 second.
Okay. Constitution save.
I got an 8, by the way, so whatever it is, I'm probably dead.
Ew, I got a fucking
15.
6.
Oh, okay, I'm not the worst.
Wow, okay.
Constitution?
Hey, Kara, you did so good. You're a dwarf.
It's what I do best.
So as you step towards, you spend more time in this room, and you feel this kind of weird arcane sense move over you, and you're looking at this blue square edge. The blueness and the magic of it seems to begin to rise into this strange sort of steam almost, and you're standing transfixed as you're looking now, and this steam is rising into a bunch of different multicolored smokes that begin to move and fill this room, and you feel that same kind of lurching sense you had, almost like you were being teleported from before, and the air around you becomes suddenly strange and aromatic, and it's very hard to breathe. And as you're looking around this room, you notice the walls are sort of wavering and everything has become this odd multicolored texture. And you're seeing that the walls around you are different.
Breathing. Just kidding.
Is she on shrooms?
Like we're on mushrooms.
We're on
Yeah.
acid.
Everything is shaped a
We're having
little
an
bit
acid
differently.
flashback.
And you see from in front of you and this blue sort of light moving and twisting, and this small little figure begins to claw its way up out of the ground. And you see this
Arcana check.
weird kind of bulbous nose with these dark yellow eyes staring at you on top of this colorful mound.
Weird.
And we're done for the night.
No!
Oh God.
Yay! We did it!
That was really intense. That was really fucking intense.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening to another episode of the Venture Maidens podcast. I have been your Dungeon Master, Celeste Konowich.
I've been your Elven Warlock. Not so awkward this time, Brittany Quintero.
More fly.
I was your human monk, Nassim.
And I am Kara, also known as Sage.
Your shout out, Britt.
Oh, it's not my shout out. It's Nassim's shout out.
Nassim.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, yeah. Well, this dude, Blake, hey, Blake, who
Hey,
listens
Blake.
to our who listens to our podcast. He a roommate of my sister, and I was just crashing at their place for a while. So thanks for letting me stay on your couch.
Hey,
and
Blake,
your
you're the
air
fucking
mattresses.
best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for listening.
Yeah, Blake.
Thanks for listening, and everyone
care of
else.
us.
Thank you too.
Yeah,
And I would
thank-
like, well, I was going to say, and I would like to say for everyone listening on the Twitch stream, it is always a super joy to talk to you guys during our live stream every other week. So I love you guys keep coming back. And yeah, have a good night.
All right. Thank you all so much for listening. Yeah, you know
Venture away.
what? Don't forget, venture away.
Venture away!
Venture away. Pineapple.